welcome to yoga class. Let's start on our back. We lay down. I painted my space quarantine project. Actually, my mom and I painted my space, but so now we have a different look for our yoga room. So let's lay down. You could use, again, since we're at home, we have all kinds of comfy things. A pillow behind our head, one behind our knees. You could use one on your side, whatever you want. I'm gonna stay seated so you can hear me, but we'll lay down. If you wanna stay seated too, of course you could do that. Let's just take a moment with all the everything, chaos, whatever happening, whatever it is, we don't even gotta talk about it. Let's just arrive. Maybe you have your little coffee that you want to take a sip of, or a water. We just take a moment to get comfortable, whatever that looks like. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a moment to notice how it feels to be here, to arrive, to set time aside to give to yourself. What does that feel like? And let's not even, we don't even really have to put too much thought into it or think about how much we appreciate all this that's happening. Let's just watch it without judgment, without analyzation, without trying to watch it too closely. Just notice what's happening right here inside your chest. Let's take 3 more breaths like that. Let the next one be the deepest breath you've had today. A full, complete inhale all the way up to the very top. And then as you exhale, exhale completely, sending out old, stale air, anything that you do not need. One more time. Let's add tiny little movement. We'll let the head fall off to the right side. So no matter where you are, we just kind of let it topple off, roll off to the right. You don't have to do that much else. And then gently let it come through the middle over to the left. My left side's just a little tighter than my right, and maybe you notice that too. Maybe you have something similar. Noticing a little tiny difference. And then we bring it to the middle. Let's tuck the chin. Hands can go behind the head. And then we'll let the arms rest back by the sides. Big full breath in. We can stretch the arms up. If you're laying on the ground, you can stretch the legs out. Reach up, stretch up. Stretch the left side, the right side, both at the same time. And then let's roll over, roll around. We'll find our way to hands and knees, however you want to get to your hands and your knees. Let's move a little side to side. 20 seconds of your own free movement. And let's find downward facing dog. You can curl the toes. You're gonna do it. I'll watch. Looks good. Move the legs a little bit, maybe bend the right knee, the left knee, a little side to side. Roll an ankle, tippy toes, you got all the choices. And you're even at home, maybe alone, so you even have more weird choices. Let's lift the right leg up, bend it open. Look under the right armpit. Left side, we'll drop the right foot down, left leg is up, open it up. Let's walk the feet up to the hands. So the left foot comes down, we'll walk the feet forward. Lift the chest up, hands can touch your thighs or your shins. Oh yeah, I'm not even in the frame, huh? So we'll be here. You can lift the chest up and then exhale, fold. We'll do it again, big lift. Let's activate the back a little bit. Exhale, bow. Inhale to stand, bend the knees, bring the arms up with you. Push the feet down, stretch up. Pull the belly button back. Open the arms to a T. Hands connect. Arms release. Roll the shoulders up and open. We can give them some space. You can even let the arms make big movements too. Let's reach the arms up. So notice how we don't want to stick the butt out. We want to tuck the tailbone under. We're not exaggerating it. We're not pulling it too far forward. Push the feet down, stand up. And then this is just neutral, natural curve. So it's not too much. Flex the stomach. Think of your rib cage. So right here, your floating ribs and your hip bones. They kind of reach toward each other. They close here. So the shoulders open up. So our back muscles activate. These two right here. We use them to open the chest. Let the fingers reach down toward the ground. One more breath. Let's stretch both arms up. We'll drop the right arm down. Left arm is lifting. Reach long. So we could be here. This is another reason that mirrors, if you have a mirror, I have one right here, and cameras are really helpful. So we could just reach. This is just reaching. Just holding my arm up. Or we could stretch. So we're reaching long. Reach, stretch. Pushing this left foot down, reaching away from it with the fingers. So we don't want to pull the shoulder up to the ear. We still soften that down so there's space. One more breath. You might even look under the left armpit. Switch sides. Left arm down. Ooh, right arm's up. Reach up. Push the right foot down. Push the left hand into the right leg. So we could just hold the arm up, or we could actually activate that muscle. So this shoulder is helping. We get this whole side of the body to stretch, push the foot down, pull the belly button back. Inhale, left arm comes up. Reach up. Maybe even interlace the fingers. Show the palms up. So we could stretch the arms backwards just a little tiny bit. Soften the shoulders down. Let the arms open. Activate the shoulder muscle. Wow, yatsa yawns. And then fold forward. Let's relax the knees, relax the head. Arms could hang over the legs, sway side to side. Let's lift the chest. Exhale, fold over the legs. You can bring hands to the thighs, push the hands into the legs, lift the chest up. Exhale, bow forward. This time, let's halfway lift. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank, meet in downward facing dog. So we could just go there directly. You could add maybe a couple push-ups. You could go to child's pose. Lots of choices. I got a case of the yawns. Maybe I should drink some more of this coffee. Let's find 5 breaths. 5. When you do get to downward facing dog or child's pose. When you're ready, let's do the same thing. We'll walk to the top of the mat. We could hop there, walk there. When you get here, lift the chest up halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's do that again, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, stand. Reach up. I like this. I don't know why I like this so much. I just like it. Push the feet down, pull the belly button back, open the arms. You might even roll a wrist. Oh, that feels good. Let's this time stretch the arms up to the ceiling. So we want internal rotation of the armpits. So when we reach the arms up, I like to call this roller coaster arms. Our armpits face forward. You can see maybe my back muscles are, my armpits are exposed. My shoulder joint is not supported. So we want to internally rotate. Internal rotation, that's what we talk about. If our armpits had eyeballs, they would look at each other across the chest. So arms lift up. They might, when you internally rotate, they might do this. So you might go here and then your shoulders are just a little not spacious enough. So we have to make it wider. We can just make that space bigger. So we're here. Maybe it's wide, maybe it's a little bit more narrow. Here, armpits roll in. So we have our elbows kind of facing forward. We'll flex the hands and then press the heels of the hands up toward the ceiling. So we don't want to stick our butt out. Instead, we're tucking our tailbone under, flex the stomach, push the feet down. And then we might even lift our eyes a little bit. Notice that the shoulders don't do this. So we don't want them to reach up. We want them to drop down. So again, maybe even making the arms wider. Let's take 2 breaths, flex the stomach. 1 more. Exhale, fold forward. Lift the chest, hands on the shins or the thighs. Push the hands into the legs. Exhale, fold. Let's do that again. Lift it up halfway. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank. Meet in downward facing dog. You could lower to your belly for a push-up. You could lower to your belly for a cobra. You could add a push-up or 2. You could just go directly to child's pose. All the same choices. Especially when you're at home. Maybe you take something away. Maybe you take a whole section out. Maybe you lay down and just visualize during this whole class. All those are beautiful options. Let's take 1 more breath. Wow, you guys got a great shot of my butt. From here, take it all the way to the top. Let's switch this around so we can see what's actually happening. When you're at the top, let's lift the chest up halfway, hands on the shins. Let's do it again. Fold forward. Lift it up halfway again. Think of the butt, your butt stretching away. It's reaching back and your head's reaching forward. So you're literally pulling yourself in 2 directions. Use other muscles. When people think of stretching, they think of their arms making it happen. But imagine that your butt muscle could stretch or pull you that way. And your head, the back muscles, could lengthen this way. Inhale, let's stand all the way up. Push the feet down, bring it up, stretch up. Hands connect. Arms release. Let's bring hands to the belly, to the chest. You might sway a little bit. A little shift side to side. You could also bring both hands here, both. Let's find the middle, stand up tall. You could try the feet together, big toes touch, heels slightly apart. More classical mountain pose, or the feet could be hips distance. Tippy toes, lift the heels, drop the heels, and lift the toes. Spread them out. Let's try to get, especially since we're at home, not wearing shoes. Let's really give the feet some space. So pick up the toes, even the pinky toe. Try to get that little pinky toe stretch out. And then notice how different it feels. Wow, that is really different. To have a little bit more stability. Roll it open, stand up tall. Big reach. Bow forward. Halfway lift. Bend the knees, plant the palms, maybe take crow if you want to. We could take it to downward facing dog directly or add your own way. Your own flavor. Whatever sounds good. Mix it up. From downward facing dog or tabletop, let's take the right leg up, open it up, give it some space. You could bring the left forearm down. Think about shifting more weight into your left arm. So push the left forearm down into the mat. Lightly, softly, let's bring the knee into the nose like a crunch and step the foot between the hands. So we have our left knee on the ground. We could push up into the right hand, maybe lengthen the leg. So I'm going to show you my right hip. My right glute is much weaker than my left, and we can see it here. This tiny, so you'll see it kind of draws in because my glute's not strong enough to pull this back. So I lose that. And you can only ever really tell in movements like this. So also another tip, actually I think I said that yesterday or the other day, if you want to put something under your knee, sock, fold your mat over because we are on harder surface. So again, about my hip, I have to use this, use my foot, press my foot down more to kind of strengthen that. Let's do it one more time. Big lift up, maybe lengthen the leg all the way, sink a little bit. This time we bring the hands down, let's curl the left toes. Inhale, we come up to high lunge. So take your time to get here. I'll do mine from the side. So in this posture, we want this left, what is that, my coffee? We want this left heel to be lifted. Think of the heel stacking over the toes. So instead of being back here with the heel, if you can see that, we want to shift more forward. And so this other leg's going to have to adjust to make that happen. So we don't want this knee to drop. Think of lifting it up. So the butt cheeks are active. Arms could be up. They could be here, here, here. As you sink, we're still lifting the back of the knee. Legs are stretching away from each other. One more big breath. Let's stretch the arms down. Big inhale. Exhale, bow the chest forward. Look at your right big toe. So we flex the stomach, push the right foot down more. We're engaging this glute, draw the right hip back. So we start to shift more weight into the right foot. Let the left toes get lighter. Maybe bend the right knee more. Think of lifting the back of the left knee. One more big breath. If it's too much, obviously it is for me right now, hands can touch your thigh, but don't put all your weight into it. Soften the shoulders. Let's take the arms from the sides or from here. They reach overhead, still looking at your right big toe. One more big breath. Press it straight. Open warrior two. Let's move a little bit. Move things around. Big lift. Slide it out. Big lift. You could even flex the foot. Sink. One more time. Lift it up. Sink. Reverse. Reach it back. You might even look at the left heel. You could look under the right arm. Straighten the leg. Reach back with the fingers for reverse triangle. And then we bring it up. Let's windmill the hands down. You can frame the foot. See if it's comfortable, possible to stretch the right leg up. Three-legged dog, you could roll forward and lay on the stomach. You could roll forward to a cobra. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog or child's pose. I'm out of breath. Breathe. If you need water or a sip of your coffee, you could do that. From downward facing dog or tabletop, left leg will lift. So we'll just repeat what we've done for the left side. Left leg is up, bend it open. You might bring the right forearm down. Shift weight into the right forearm. More weight, more shoulder over the wrist versus being back into this leg. So we kind of engage our obliques a little bit. Softly, lightly bring the knee into the nose like a crunch. Step it forward, low lunge. So we'll be able to see the difference of my stable leg. So hands could be here, they could be here. We could lift, and then we could sink. This leg is so much stronger and stable. Big long lift. Exhale, sink. Big lift up. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. Last one, long leg, maybe all the way straight. Exhale, sink, hands come down. Curl the right toes. You could bring the hands to the leg or the forearms. So we're like this. I'll pivot and do mine here. So we have this long leg. So you can see much better on this foot. So we don't want the heel to be reaching to the ground. We want our heel, oh my gosh, look, you can totally tell. You want your heel to be over the toes. So this is not going to be as active. This helps to activate the back side of the leg. So when we lift that knee, we're engaging from our butt all the way to the heel. And so the quad also gets a little bit more active. Hands could rest on the thigh. Let's soften the shoulders. Maybe the arms come up on the hips. Let's let the arms rest by the sides. Start to shift more weight into the left foot. So that's also going to help the right heel get over the toes. Arms float by the sides. Look at your left big toe. Keep pushing the left foot down so it activates this butt, the quad, the whole leg. You can even feel your hamstring, your inner thigh start to activate. Sink a little deeper. One more big breath. Sweep the arms overhead. Keep looking at the left big toe. One more big breath. Let's straighten the leg, lift up, open warrior 2. We slide it out. That was exhausting. Let's straighten the leg, lift up. Exhale, sink. We just move it around. Lift, soften. One more time, big reach. Send it out, reverse. You could look at your right heel. You could look under the left elbow. Let's straighten the left leg, reach back more. And then we let it come up. Windmill the hands down. See if you can plant the hands. Left leg will swing high up to the ceiling. Roll forward. You could just go to plank. You could go to downward facing dog. You could add a push up. I kicked something that's out of frame, so I'm gonna sit that one out. Let's take 5 breaths wherever you arrive. Maybe it's down dog. Maybe it is child's pose. Take water if you want to. Take a yawn if you want to. I think it's honestly this weather, and also being quarantined in my house and eating only cookies for lunch, breakfast, dinner, and a snack. Not that nutritious. So we are in downward facing dog or child's pose. Let's take it to the top of the mat. So however you want to get there, you can walk there, hop there, step there. Somehow we get there. Take your time. There's no rush because you don't have classmates in person. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold over the legs. One more time like that. Since the hamstring's a little bit warmer, lift the chest up. Soften the shoulders. Fold forward. Bend the knees. Push the feet down like you're going to jump, but we don't leave the ground. Reach up. Pull the belly button back. Let the arms rest. Let it open up. Let's find tree pose. So find a spot that's comfortable. We can be here with the tippy toe. Be like this. Be here. Here. It doesn't matter literally where you put it. It could be like this. A little slippery. Stand up tall. Again, you can use your wall. Your freshly painted white wall. So try not to stick the butt out. We want to not tuck the tailbone under either. We're just standing up tall. So this leg is going to help you to grow. I'm going to do mine like this. Arms could be here, they could be out, they could be up. We all have trees that we like to maybe look at. Maybe you got a favorite tree you want to look at. I actually like this because it opens my chest, and I'm about that. So you could be like this, be here. Focus the eyes, stand up tall, pull the belly button back. Let's go 2 more breaths. Let's bring that leg forward. Give it a lift. Hug it. Let's not set it down just yet. We'll release the hands. Arms come out to a T. I'll do mine like this. Arms are out to a T. Let's straighten this leg. Flex the foot, stand up tall. Use the core muscles to bring it a little taller. Bend it. Step it down. Right side, left side. Yeah, so we're just moving the hips. Your neighbor's gonna love that one. Let's do other side. Left toes, wherever you want to put them. Hands. You can do this. Take a yawn. I'm gonna stop that. How do you do that? Okay. You're like this. You're here. You're here. Stand up tall. So there's also this desire to want to stick your butt out. We want to be tall. Still think about lifting the arch of this standing foot. When you find stability, breathe. Two breaths. When you're ready, bring it to the middle. We can hug this leg, give it a squeeze. And then let's stretch the arms up, stretch the leg forward. Think not about leaning back. We're standing up tall. So your core muscles, this quad, are active. Lift it up, bend it, and step it down. Reach up. You can move the legs hip side to side. Let's take a big lift. Reach up, stretch up. Interlace the fingers, show the palms up. So now from here, let's pick up the right leg just like we had a moment ago. Big lift. This time we're gonna send it back, slow motion to a warrior one. So we just step it back, maybe adjust this foot. It doesn't matter what it looks like, you're at home, make it comfortable. Maybe it's wider, maybe it feels different than what you normally do. Big lift, draw the right hip forward, bend the knee, think of the arch still lifting. So we're still working that pinky toe side of this right foot. Remember, we don't want to do this, we're active. Let's straighten the legs, lift up, maybe stretch backwards. Let's pivot. Turn all 10 toes to the side, hands behind the head, open the chest. Exhale, elbows bend, bow forward, hands can find the ground. Wide-legged forward fold, maybe the knees are bent. Maybe you find your block or your pillow. You could rest your arms. When you're ready, we'll connect the hands, lift the chest. Let's walk fingers over to the left leg so they could just kind of reach to the left. What's that? A little hair. You can reach to the left. You can touch the left leg. You can look at your right foot. You could look around your left hip, see what's happening back there. One more big breath. Let's take our left toes, turn them forward. We'll crawl forward. Hands touch the ground. Right leg is up, standing, split. So it's like a single leg forward fold. You could have hands on your block. So I don't know if I already said this, but I'm going to pretend that this is a block. And this is a block. 2 water bottles. So I'm going to do mine like this. We don't want to put too much weight into our fake blocks because we want to be stable in ourself. So just a little pressure, a little support. Left foot pushes down, right leg is lifting. Think of this place right here where your butt is. Your butt and your leg meet. Flex the stomach. Maybe take your face closer to your leg. One more big breath. So from here, softly, slowly, lightly, step the right foot way back to a low lunge. Right foot back to a low lunge. So we have this where we kind of started. Let's take lizard. So we can wiggle left foot over to the left. Arms can come down. We have our pillow. If thread the needle would be more appropriate, you could spin around on your back and take left ankle to the top of the right thigh. So either one is perfect. Arms could be here. You could also get like a stack of books, which is a nice block. You can put your arms on a stack of books that are sanitized. So we're in our lizard. Oh, that's big time. If you want to, you could let this foot roll open. I'm gonna be here like this. So from here, let's connect the hands. We'll come up to our hands. And we'll turn it into pigeon. So this foot could wiggle over. We could drop the knee. Right toes could wiggle back. So you could set this up. When we look down, I don't know if you could see that or not. When we look down, we want to be able to see our knee. Our hip is on the inside. Knees here, hip. So we've got a little line, a little space. We're on the inside of that. If you look behind you, your right leg is in line with your hip. It's not going off to the side or off to that side. We could sit up tall, push the hands down, let the chest lift, and then we can come down. If you're in thread the needle and you're like, wait, what? If you run thread the needle with lizard, you could stay there for pigeon. Big breath. Big full inhale. One more big breath. Let's go to the hands when you're ready. Maybe even have a big chest opening moment. You could sit up on the left hip, let the right leg swing around. Let's bend the knees, move the legs. That's what we want, that pop. Thank you, heavens. Let's send the left leg out, right foot, left inner thigh. I'm gonna scoot on back. Right foot, left inner thigh, sit up tall. I'm gonna take this pillow. You can put it underneath your knee. Nobody's looking at you to say anything. Who cares? Nobody would say anything anyways. Sit up tall, reach up, and then bow forward. Hands could touch here, they could be here, they could be here, 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 wherever you want. Again, a reach. Everybody thinks about the arms. Make it less about your arms. How can we make it less about our arms? Gotta use other muscles to make this happen. So you could even challenge yourself. Take your arms behind your back. Let the chest open. So elbows open up. Looking for a stretch into the back of the leg. Big full breath. Let's bring it up. We'll take the right leg over top. If you had your pillow, move it out of the way. Right leg over top. So left leg is long. See my toe down there? Left leg is long. Sit up tall. We'll do it together like this. So you can take your arm here. You can take your elbow to your thigh. Take your elbow to your thigh. And right hand go behind. It could also go behind your back, like it wants to reach towards your pocket. Sit up tall. Pull with this arm and push with this arm. Rotate. Or well, this one's pushing, this one's pulling. It's the opposite. Push the right foot down so this one's bent. Keep pushing that foot down. Sit up tall. Inhale. Pull the belly button back as you exhale. Try to look toward your right elbow. Soften the shoulders. Let's bring it around. Soles of the feet connect. Shift a little bit. You could move it side to side. Sit up tall. Exhale, bow forward. We can make this pretty chill. Hands could touch the ground. Hands could stay on your feet, reaching your chest forward, so trying not to. It's very easy to do this because we do this all day. It's very hard to do this. We're trying to let our chest, if you can see yourself in the mirror, or if you don't, if you can't, go find a mirror and check this out. We want to be here like this. And so there's also this inclination to lose the head. We always forget about our head, our neck being part of our spine. So we want to lengthen that out. One long line. So as you can see, if I had a cartoon arrow, a little line on this, on myself right now, you would see that that's one line from where my tailbone is all the way up to the crown of the head. So we're trying to get that. Use the core muscles for support. Big breath. Exhale a little further. So don't lose the head. Pull that back. Let's bring it up. Close the knees, hug them in. Let's take 2 breaths. From here, let's take a moment to lay on our back. Oh, the legs move side to side. Oh my goodness. My hips are so tight. Legs move left and right like windshield wipers. You could even block out some light with your eyes. Let's take a moment to find stillness. You take your pillow behind your head. I'm going to lay down too. I don't like the light on my sensitive eyes, so I'm going to take my arm and cover it. Let's take 10 breaths. And when you're ready, we'll roll off to the right side. Use your right arm as a pillow, or your real pillow as a pillow. Curl into a little ball. And we'll press our way up to downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. Maybe put forth a little bit more effort since we just kind of wound down. Or wound down? Is that a word? Let me know. Y'all think that's a word? Take a sip of your coffee. Downward facing dog. From here, let's take it all the way to the top. Let the chest lift when you arrive. Exhale to fold over the legs. Let's lift the chest again. Adjust the feet. We take forward fold. So you could slide the hands beneath the feet. Toes touch the wrist. You could grab big toes. You could also grab the legs somewhere. So we could lift the chest. Exhale, use your arms. Use your core muscles to help you get deeper. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears. So just like in bound angle just a moment ago before we laid down, we're trying not to round our back even in forward folds. Trying to expand our chest, one long line. Like I like to think of a razor phone from, I haven't said that in a long time. A razor phone from, what was that? I think it was a freshman, so 2004 maybe? I don't know. Think of that. Trying to fold it in half. 2 breaths. Maybe even bend the knees. Let's release the grip. Inhale. Exhale. Let's this time inhale to come all the way up. Big reach up, stretch up, push the feet down. Hands connect. Arms release. Stand up tall. Roll the shoulders open. We pick up the left leg. So we're at the top of the mat. Left leg comes up with us. Hug it. Softly, lightly, like you're doing slow motion. Control it. So this is again my bad hip. You can tell because it's a little wiggly wobbly. So we have to strengthen that by engaging and supporting it. So we have warrior 1. That's right. Warrior one. Draw the right hip back. Push the left heel down. So you're going to feel that stretch into the calf muscle, into the kind of maybe here, into the hip a little bit, the quad, hip flexor, maybe you're here, into the butt. Push the heel down. So from your glute all the way to your heel. Bend the knee. Think about engaging. Open this up. Arms will be open. One more big breath. You might even close the eyes. It's a little tricky for balance. Notice how it kind of makes you a little unstable. Let's straighten both legs. Lift up. Pivot. All 10 toes face the other direction. We could open the arms to a T, kind of like a back bend. And then exhale, dive over the legs. Hands could touch the ground. They could touch your block or your pillow. Have you guys had any delicious, cool stuff to eat? Tell me about what you're eating, what you're making. Have you bought any? Has anybody done any online shopping that I need to know about? Please let me know. I'm very bored and would love to get excited about your activities or your purchases. You know I love that. So let me know. Text me or something. One more big breath. Let's walk the hands over to the right leg. We could just let them reach over there. They're reaching. You might look towards your left foot or around your right hip. You got either choice. Let's scroll the fingers forward. We might have our hands on our blocks or our books. And then the left leg is gonna lift. This is my right leg is my more unstable leg. We already know that, especially during this class. So stabilize it, push the foot down, light on your hands, flex the stomach, and just expand. Big inhale. Maybe the face reaches closer to the shin as the left leg reaches higher, but keep it gentle. One more big breath. Control it. So again, we're trying to create muscle control. We'll step the right leg away back. Drop the knee for lizard. So we come down. We could find hands on the mat. Hands could be on blocks, on books. Come down to your forearms if you want to. Let's breathe. You could lay on your back for thread the needle if that would be more appropriate. One more big breath. Let's go up to the hands. Wiggle the right leg over for pigeon. If you're on your back and thread the needle, you could stay exactly like that. Again, adjust it. Make sure it feels right. We want our right knee on the outside, left hip and left ankle in line. You could rest on your block or your pillow. Let's see what that looks like. It's a little off to the side, ain't it? Yeah, maybe better. more breath. We bring it up. Sit off on the right side. Ooh, tight. Left leg swings around. Both of the legs move side to side. Oh yes, that's what we want. Oh, yikes. Bring it to the middle. Let's stretch the right leg out. Left foot, right inner thigh. Sit up tall. I'm going to take my block and support my leg because this is my right hamstring is real tight because of my left hip. Sit up tall. Big reach. Bow forward. Again, think of a long line from your base of the neck all the way to the base of the spine. Keep flexing the foot, peel the toes toward your face. You could use your core muscles to help you get a little further forward. One more big breath. Inhale, lifts you up. Let's bring it up. We take this pillow out of the way. Left leg comes over top. Sit up tall. So I'll do mine like this. This left foot steps down. Move your belly out of the way. So we can hug it. We can bring the elbow to the thigh. Sit up tall. I'm going to do it like this. Hand could be here. It could be around. So we're going to pull with this right arm or push with it. And then the other arm is going to help us to rotate. Obliques are included. Sit up tall. So we're using our seat to sit up. Inhale. Exhale, twist. See if you can look towards your left shoulder. Big full breath in. Exhale, pull the belly button back. One more time. Let's bring it around. Soles of the feet connect. Shift a little side to side. Yes. Ow, my hips are real tight. Let's sit up tall. Let the chest come forward. So I like to grab my ankles for this. Let the chest come forward, elbows reach back. So we'll do it from the side. You can see a little easier. Sit up tall. Chest comes forward, elbows reach back. And then do the opposite. Push the ankles into the feet so we can round the back. And then we reach the chest forward, elbows reach back. What is that, chocolate? And then we round it. One more time. Sit up tall. Lift the chest. You might even look up. Then exhale, bow forward. Hands could even touch your thighs. Kind of press them down. Again, we don't want to be like this. We don't want to be here. You can see it better without my hair there. Maybe. We don't want to be like this. We want to be here. So think of the spine growing long, and then we bow forward. The knees are already pressing open on their own. They're opening up. Hands could assist, or the elbows could assist, but let the chest reach forward. And then let's bring it up. Close the knees. Slowly. Hug them. Try to curl into a tiny ball. Let's release it. Lay down. Let's lay on our backs. Stretch the legs out. Arms can reach out. Really long fingers to toes, wrists to ankles. Stretch left, stretch right. And then let's soften it. Hug both knees into the chest. Rock side to side. You might even let the arms go. Is that my stomach that's making those gurgle sounds? Sounds like a water bottle. Stretch both legs up to the ceiling. Legs don't have to be straight. You can support them with your hands. You can let the arms rest. Flex the feet, point the toes, flex them, reach the heels up, point all 10 toes. Roll the ankles, roll the other way. Spread the toes out like we did standing. Curl them up, bend the knees, feet touch the ground, legs move side to side like windshield wipers. Let's let the legs fall to the left. If you want to, and I highly recommend it, you could take your pillow, put it beneath your legs, so it's gonna go pillow, can't really see, pillow, legs can rest on top. It just makes it really comfortable, or you could even stick it between the legs. It just makes it comfortable. Why wouldn't we want to be comfortable? And then we'll switch, bring them over to the right. Take your pillow underneath the legs, between the legs. I like underneath for this one. Bring it back to the middle. You can take happy baby or bridge or both, because what else are we doing? You could be like this, you could play with straightening the leg. This, because my right hip is very, I don't know, I think it's my right hamstring. This leg does not, expand in happy baby, but this one will. This one will be straight, this one will not at all. So I don't enjoy this that much. Maybe bridge, arms will be here. You could scoop the belly, push the feet down, lift the hips up. You could take your fingers and interlace them, wiggle your shoulders together. Try not to squeeze your butt, let that be relaxed. Instead, just push the heels down. Think of trying to slide your mat forward using your feet. Don't look around at me. We got a lot of pressure on our neck, or could have. I'm gonna keep it safe. One more big breath. Let's let it rest. So for the last piece of class, you could do what we normally do. Lay down. You could also let your legs slide up a wall. I'm not gonna put it on my brand new fresh white walls, but I do have a couch that's out of frame. You could actually kind of see it right there. That's a couch. So I'm gonna throw my legs up. You could do that. You could take your pillow, you put it behind your head. You could also take a pillow and put it underneath your hips. And it just lifts the hips even more for this inversion. So we have blood flow coming from the feet, going back to the heart, the brain, which is good. We want lots of blood flow, especially when we're really sedentary and not doing much movement. Let's send some good blood flow back to our heart and our brain. Feed our brain a little bit. So we could, again, you cover the eyes. Maybe even if you have a shirt, you're at home, so you probably have something, a towel, you could put it over your eyes. Tuck the chin. So you can take your hand behind your head, tuck the chin, and so that it's really resting more in your chest. Arms could rest by the sides or overhead. Legs could also slide up a wall. If you don't have freshly painted white walls that you don't want to put your dirty feet on, you could put them on your wall. So trying not to control your breath, instead allow your body to breathe however it needs to or wants to. I recommend that you stay your legs up the wall, or maybe if you are just in regular rest, you could stay here for as long as you like. Enjoy some time of peace, quiet, and relaxation, and I'll see you in our next yoga class. Namaste.